Hello everybody and welcome to my page, Messages from Venus. I'm on a roll today. I'm planning to upload all these videos by Monday if YouTube isn't acting up with their amazing lagging time. I don't know. It takes forever to upload a video on a Monday. So by the time you watch this video, all the weekly videos should be uploaded already. So this is the review for the Heart of Faerie Oracle by Brian and Wendy Froud. Okay. First of all, the book, I haven't finished reading the book as of yet, but I've been working with the cards because I don't like to focus too much on the books. It's been very difficult for me to read the book and just go by the meaning of the book. I like to have like an interaction, a relationship with each card via my intuition. So I've been making it my business to read the companion books of these cards that I love to purchase. I mean, I collect them. You guys, whatever's on my review is nothing compared to what I actually have. Like, I have to review so many cards, it's ridiculous, but one day at a time, I guess. So I'm going to start off with the book first, and then I'll show you guys the cards and I'll talk a little bit about that. So the cover of the book is absolutely fantastic. Let me see if I can put the camera a little bit higher. Okay, so the book is absolutely fantastic. The cover is a hardcover. The book inside is like a reddish brownish type of color. It doesn't really have the colors that are printed on the cards, but that's okay for me. It's not a problem. In the book, there's pictures of the cards, the divination meaning, and also what the fairy actually does. Because Brian Froud and Wendy Froud created this deck with the intention that people will see the fairies as they saw the fairies. And I feel like reading the book so far, it just lets me know that the fairies really interacted with them and let them know, you know, this is what we want on that book and this is what you're going to tell them. This is what we're ready for you to tell them. So the number of the card is up here, the picture of the card, the name of the card, the divination keywords are here, and then the story behind the card and the description of the cards are there as well. It's beautifully written. Like, I'm not going to go into every single little detail, every single little card, because I don't give reviews that way. I feel like people should just know the basics of cards. It also tells you, just like any other book, it gives you spreads, you know, but it gives you the spreads at the end, because I really feel like they really wanted the reader and the person who was using these cards to interact with the cards first, as opposed to giving them the whole spiel of how to use the cards. A really nice little extra. It has like a little interview with Wendy and Brian Froud at the back, so you can really get to know the authors, and empty pages so that you can make notes as to your thoughts, etc., of the cards. These are the backs. This is the same design that's in the back of the cards. These are the fronts, and one of the cards is this beautiful card right here. The publishers were Abrams. I've never really heard of them, but if you do not want the cards, if you just want to learn about the fairy world, you can actually get this book. They sell them on eBay all the time and on Amazon as well, and learn about the fairies, because it does have information on how to connect with the fairy realm. It also has information in regards to how to read the cards, not just in love relationships, but in all relationships. When I first purchased this deck, I thought the cards were going to be, I'm going to go flip through the cards one by one. I thought the cards were going to be about love relationships, because when I purchased this deck, I was trying to get away from the whole During Virtue collection, and people get like, you know, suck into that energy of like having all her cards and all of it is important, and it just wasn't for me. So I was in the midst of getting rid of her cards and just exploring other cards, other creators, etc. And I just thought it was going to be in regards to love relationships. It is not. You can ask this deck any question and it will give you an answer, and where it teaches you to think. Like, you have to think. You can't just be given everything. And that is what I love about this deck. You cannot just be giving anything. Not because the keywords are not something that you can get, because you can, I feel. And you can also use the numerology of the cards as well, because I mean, they did a wonderful job when it comes to putting this deck together. But I also, like I said, I feel like you have to think. You have to really be in tune as the reader, or as the person, or the inquiry. Really connect with the person who's reading for you, and the person who's reading for you, the reader has to know how to connect with the fairy energy, and also how to connect with the inquiry. I mean, it is a fantastic experience. They do have cards where they have nothing on them and they just have pictures, and then you can just take the information from there. If you want to learn how to read intuitively, you can do so as well. You do not have to use the exact words or keywords that are in the book. This deck can also be read with the book, so you can use the book during readings, because sometimes it's good to give information that might not be coming out in your intuition, and there might be like a word or two or a sentence or two that might come out in the book that the inquiry might need. So far this deck does not have fruity colors. The imagery of what you think a fairy looks like is totally and completely different. I resonate with this imagery of a fairy than other fairy decks out there. It is absolutely fantastic and amazing. And what else? The cards have borders, a little bit of borders, but as you can see, the borders are everywhere. They have like these brown borders down here and the blue borders up here, but I would never trim this deck. The other Fairy Oracle deck I did trim. And it's also, I also edged it in brown and gold. I don't know if you guys can see that. See, it's brown and gold. The camera isn't doing it any justice. So, the deck is also a little bit big. You can shuffle sideways, like this. And you can do reversals with this deck as well. And you can rifle shuffle as well. It's just as fine. You can shuffle like this. You can overhead shuffle like this. I think that's what this is called, overhead shuffle. I don't know. But overall, it's a fantastic deck. It is absolutely fantastic. I love this deck. I wouldn't trade this deck for the world at all, in any way, shape, or form. And the cardstock on the deck is not, it's thin paper. It's not the best of the best. I mean, if it gets wet, you're fucked. But I don't care. Like, I don't care to have thick cardstock. Thick cardstock makes my little hands hurt, and it causes paper fucking cuts. So I don't like that thick cardstock situation. This is good for me. I'm shuffling it because it feels so nice in my hands. And let me see how many cards this deck has, because I didn't even tell you guys that. Let me see. Let's see. Let's see. So it goes by order, so I'll tell you in a minute. I don't know why. It has about 65 cards in this deck. Okay, so it can well be a tarot deck as well. You can use this as a tarot deck. It doesn't have the majors, it doesn't have the whole, the pips, the suits, and everything else, but you can definitely use it as a tarot deck in its own right. It gives me the feel of the I think it's the Dreamer's Tarot or something like that. It's by the same person who created the Messenger's Oracle. I forget her name, but that tarot deck is a tarot deck. And a lot of people say, they're like, oh no, you know, you can use it as an oracle. No, it's a tarot deck with its own system, and this can be used as a tarot deck with its own system as well. However, I have yet to use it as a tarot deck. I have not been called to use it as such, but you guys can do as thy wilt with it. And I feel like I'm gonna pull a card from this. It's the number 59, the Song. And the card tells me that people should see and hear exactly what's in front of them, as opposed to trying to cover their eyes and their ears to what it is. Hear things very closely. Take every word that is coming from someone else's mouth in communication with you today, or whenever you watch this video, to heart, because they're being very honest. And let's see what the book says. I haven't even gotten to this section of the book yet. It says the Song, attentive awareness, hidden energy, listen with your heart. What is the song? What does it mean? The song is energy and vibration. Everything has its own energy and everything has its own vibration or song. In fairy, as we travel the roads that spiral inward, we are aware of energy of everything around us. Because we are in another realm, it is easy to feel the energy of rocks and trees, flowers and grasses. When we travel in our human world, we may find it difficult to find any energy at all in the buildings, pavements, and stunted vegetation that surrounds us, but it is there nonetheless. No matter where we are, in a beautiful country landscape or a cityscape of steel and glass, the energy is still there, flowing through and around everything, connecting everything in harmony of song. If you draw this card, it may be time to stop and listen. Put your hand on something close to you and be aware of what you feel. Awareness and connection are so important. Relationships falter when connections are lost and energies are blocked. If you feel that a relationship is stuck, try listening for a song of the other person. Pay attention. This is one of the most important lessons that fairy has to teach us. Pay attention and the energy will start to flow again. So, whatever that means to you is a message from the Fairy Oracle, from the Heart of Faerie Oracle. Blessings and love to all of you guys, and thank you so much for watching this video. Oh, I forgot to tell you one more thing before I go away. This oracle card is divided into separate sections as well. So when you read the book has the sections of, let's see, gosh, where is it? I should be more organized, but I don't like being so organized when it comes to reviews. It has the fairy queens, the queen's consorts, the archetypes, spirits, the ladies, tricksters, and the journey. So it has different sections of where each fairy or each card belongs to, okay? So that's the other reason why I said that you can definitely use these as tarot cards, because it has its own system. Now, blessings and love to everybody. And see you guys in the next video. Bye.